That's right, it's another folding knife review, so please stick around. Welcome back, everyone. So, as promised, it's another Sitivien knife. Real plain box, you know, nothing to write home about. We got, I guess, a little microfiber wiping cloth in there. Okay. Look at that. Oh, the texture on that G10 handle is just great. That's awesome. That feels so good. Very grippy, very nice. Okay, the knife we're doing today is the Sitivien ST121 folding knife, D2 steel blade, G10 handle, and it's got a ball bearing pivot just like the other ones. The pocket clip is not movable, not unless you do the modifications yourself. G10 spacer, and it's actually got some scalloping to it. And the G10 spacer also acts as the hole for a lanyard. Not sure I like that. I think that's a bit I'd rather have these steel inners come out and go through that as a lanyard hole. But you can see it's a flipper, and check that blade out. Give you a nice look at that. Let's look at the lockup. The lockup looks like it's 50%. Excellent. Excellent lockup. It's very smooth on that ball bearing pivot. Easy to open. Not too easy, but easy enough to close with one hand. Let's do a little gravity drop, shall we? I can feel the detent in there, and once you get past that detent, there we go. Not bad. Certainly will be better with a little bit of oil. As you can see, it's very well centered. Very nice. Currently, this knife on Amazon is $27.99. At the time of this filming, there is a 5% coupon that you can apply. It's available in this scale color, which is army green, or black currently. Very cool knife. Specs. Overall length is 7.87 inches or 20 centimeters. Blade length is 3.35 inches or 8.5 centimeters. Handle length is 4.53 inches or 11.5 centimeters. The listed weight of the knife is 4.23 ounces or 120 grams. Durable D2 steel blade. It's on the blade right there. So like the other Sitivien knives, D2 steel, which is hardened between 59 and 61 Rockwell. They guarantee it razor sharp out of the box. G10 textured anti-skid handles, which, yeah, they are. They're very grippy. Liner lock ball bearing knife. Convenient carry, etc., etc., etc. Well, let's do a redneck sharpness test, shall we? Well, there's hair on the blade. Whew. Yep, that's sharp. Let me grab some paper here. Let's do a little cutting. Got some phone book paper here. We got our knife. Let's see what we can do. Oh yeah, it wants to cut. It wants to cut. Just getting it started. Doesn't seem to be... There we go. We'll call that operator error. I'm having one of those off days. Yeah, there it's cutting. And I'm ripping because I'm not doing it right. The geometry on this blade's a little bit tricky. But yeah, it's definitely sharp. Let's check the weight. First, we have it set to pounds. Oh, I'm sorry, it was set to grams. And it's saying 115 grams. And the list on that, according to the specs, is 120. So, within 5 grams, that's acceptable. Let's try pounds. 4 ounces exactly. And the list on that is 4.23 of an ounce. So almost 4 1/4, and it reads 4. So not too shabby, not too shabby. So I went and got a pair of jeans out of a drawer, and we're going to see what the ST121 looks like when it's riding in a pair of jeans and a pocket clip. So that's about the profile you're going to get. It's, you know, a little bit sticking up. Not terrible. I'm going to slip it in the pocket of the jeans I'm wearing right now. Just to give yeah. It's not overly wide, but there's definitely a presence there. You know it's going to be there. I just like that. So smooth. So I know I'm going to go on again about the scales, because I really like the cut on these scales. Let me kick on a little bit more light here so you can see what I'm talking about. There is all kind of texturing in these cuts here and here, and the whole scale just has an in here and in here, and it fits really well in my hand. Alright, for me, a pocket knife I'm going to do like small tasks with. Opening a package, opening a bag, maybe cutting some string, you know. Nothing terribly bushcrafty, but I do like having a pocket knife. Pocket knives are very useful, and this one is pretty dang slick. Another thing I noticed while looking at this is the inner part of this steel liner. There's no drill holes. There's no skeletalization of this liner here, of this inner one right here I'm running my thumb on. So if you were into modifying and you bought this knife, you could take it apart and you could drill out that liner to lighten this if you so choose. But looking back on the ST101, they had drill holes on the inner part of that steel. So that's something to take into consideration. Okay, my final thoughts. Like the other Sitivien I've looked at, for the money, these are not bad at all. I think they're a bargain. However, there's just a few things about this one that I have some issues with. First thing being, this G10 spacer, and that being your lanyard hole. G10, man, I don't know how much force you could put on that before that breaks. Like if you had a lanyard on here, that's I'm going to say that's a weak point. It'd be better if they had the steel come out and around, you know what I'm saying, where you had actual metal. The lockup is excellent. The action is just smooth. Just so, I haven't put no oil or anything on it. This is out of the box. The sharpness is good. It's sharp enough to cut hair. I was having a little bit of issue there with the paper, but I'm sure if I do a little bit of honing work on this, I can get it, you know, laser sharp. If it's real D2 steel like they say, hey, I think it's worth it. So for the average user, for the average person out there, if you like this kind of a blade shape, what is that? Like a Navaja, like Bowie type shape. It's very cool looking. You got this whole milled out section on either side of the blade here. And it's just big enough that if I put my thumb in it, then I can open the blade that way. It's a little hard for me because I got big thumbs. It's much easier for me to flip it. That's why I like flippers the best for single-handed opening. Closes easily, you know. But if you're looking for a nice, inexpensive knife or a gift for someone who's into knives, I would recommend the ST121. It's a good bargain for the price. And that's all I got to say on this review, other than I will see you all later out in those woods.